Alright, well, I figure I'd do another one of Numeror's games, so let's check out Mercury Salvage, which is basically his 7 DRL for 2022, i.e. his most recent one, as of the time of this, recording. Yep, run anyway. And I guess let's do like that for now. Alright, so, this game uses diagonal movement. To move, use the numpad recommended. Press wait, 1 turn. Press to use the hotbars of the 1 to 5 keys. Press G to get items from the floor, press F to fire your gun, press V to basically view tiles around you, press C to close doors. Alright, so, there is basically a store page on itch.io that basically explains what's basically going on here, but let's just jump into it and basically show it off. Alright, so, here we go. This is Mercury Salvage. And the idea of Mercury Salvage is that basically, we're on this, lifeline, I guess. And we can use the lifeline basically to, go out in space. Alright, so, Sci-Link BIOS 2098 Numeror Reactor Inc. 7DRL 2022. Alright, so, executing salvage doc 2.bat, press any key. Welcome, employee 44603. You are on time for your shift. Your job today is to clear derelict spacecrafts so they can be stripped for metal later. Payments are made for eliminating threats, rescuing survivors, collecting scrap, and retrieving the black box at the rear of each craft. You have 0 company credits. Nothing is docked. So, let's get ourselves a new, assignment bin. New co-assignment. Alright, so, ship name, Infinity V. Category Scout, length 23 meters. Black box found? No. Survivors rescued, there's apparently 3. There's apparently 17 vermin, and 4 scrap. Well then, let's get to it, shall we? So, the basic idea of this game is you're basically, going into, derelict spaceships to basically clear them out. And use your lifeline basically to, clear out, the invaders basically in here. No more bullets, reloading. Okay, so that's good. Now you have to be very careful reloading your weapon. Alright, so we took a little bit of damage there, but that's fine. We can basically, deal with a little bit of damage. And I guess this is where we have to, deal with, explosives and stuff like that, because that's always fun. There's some scrap. So the idea of this game is you're basically salvaging the ship, and you basically look for stuff to collect. How to do that like such. There's some more scrap. Oops, I didn't actually pick stuff up, I guess. So you have to actually pick up the items here, as opposed to this, step in a square. There's an mapper, so that reveals the ship's layout. So it looks like we still have a few more rooms to go through. There's some more scrap. We got some data. I'm trying to figure out what's the best way of getting into the ship here. So basically the idea is you want to basically use like your lifeline is like efficiently as possible to like basically explore the ship. And as soon as you basically step off, you basically have like a few seconds just to like look around. Now, much like his other games, basically do like survivors here will follow your character to safety. Then they'll leave and we'll get like experience points for them. And I don't care about CC cleaner right now. Alright, I don't think there's anything else basically to find in this ship, but let's pick this up. Get that rocket. There's the black box. And there we go. So, that's the basic gist of like this game. It's a very simple roguelike where it's basically all about salvaging ships. And I'll note basically you can see in like the top left here, I basically got the black box, we got the rescue, we got the vermin, we got the scrap, so everything is done. So, you can see I get some money basically for doing this, so we'll complete it. Your Insanity Company credits. Warning! Store prices for consumables will start to increase. Press any key. Alright, well, I can go to the hardware store basically to get better stuff here, so we have weapon damage. I can have something better than like a fist, because that's not great. There's a better gun, better capacity, so basically you can fire more. Armor, oxygen pipes. More oxygen pipes means I can go farther. Oxygen capacity means I can last more turns without the pipes. Med kit is also useful if you need to restore HP, which I don't. Rocket, so consumable, shoot an AoE for 60 attack. We already have one of those. There doesn't seem to be an option to sell stuff, which is kind of annoying, but oh well. Tesla generator, basically self AoE, so I guess I do damage to myself. Cloaking device, invisible, flash grenade. You notice that basically a lot of this stuff here is basically the same as from Hellspace, so it's not really anything new in that sort of category, but the idea is basically fresh from the most part. I imagine that this could be basically the Hellspace sort of realm of gaming, so basically there's another sort of side of it. So resets oxygen bar, so not bad. Okay, so I can get myself a emergency air if I need it. And there's armor and oxygen pipes and capacity. Let's get the pipes upgraded because that seems useful. So yeah, best bits is sort of the idea here. So you essentially just want to go through this, basically make yourself better as you go along. Makes you explore better stuff. So we got a transport this time around. Transports are a little bit longer than scouts, obviously, so a little bit more basically to explore. There's 5 survivors, 49 vermin to clear, 7 scrap, so a little bit bigger. Let's get that. There's that. Nothing this way. Very interesting ship design. This is where it's nice to basically have the extra I have the extra line because it basically lets me run around a little bit more. Let's take him out. Take that. Alright, we found our first survivor. So that's an interesting feature if you like, basically try and remap yourself onto your oxygen line, it'll basically reset it. So that's great. We got one survivor basically out. I find it interesting, by the way, they have like, robots being like, vermin, because technically robots aren't vermin. Alright, so note that down here basically sees like, we can see reloading, so it basically takes 5 turns for stuff to reload. And apparently that stuff will basically like, explode if you step close to it, so I don't need to shoot this stuff. It will explode on its own. There we go. Whoop, we got ourselves Risens here. The Risens are basically dead. I probably should be checking these rooms to make sure there's like no survivors in them, before like setting off the vermin, but whatever. Let's hit the robot. Goes the robot. Oh! So apparently robots will like, activate to attack people if they basically see them first, so that's a thing. And survivor makes it out to, safety. Awesome. Two more survivors basically over here. 3 more survivors over there. Just grab who I can here, get them out. Alright, so there we go. We basically have 2 more enemies to basically fight, and like, 2 more pieces of scrap to pick up, as well as the black box. The suitcase. Around the corners, apparently, the enemies are fairly good at, like, not necessarily, like, rushing into, like, from long range, so it's very, like, hard to sort of, like, cheese them like that, I guess. There's the black box. Alright, there's still a piece of scrap somewhere. Never mind, I found a scrap. Alright, so yeah, basically this is like the idea of like Mercury Salvage. And I like this idea because it's basically very neat because like, it's all about basically just sort of like, farming ships basically for like, debris and stuff like that. And, I like the idea of like, this like sort of like, non-combat like sort of venture focused like role. Basically it's all about like, this is a menial job basically for the most part. So complete assignment. Note by I can see like up there as well. I now have like 2 like shift progress basically done. So to basically win this game, you have to like get through with like all the completions, I guess. Let's upgrade the pipes a little bit more. I'm tempted to upgrade my damage here a little bit just to have like a little bit more damage to it. So let's get this. A little bit more damage that way would be good as well. And oxygen capacity. So just small little upgrades to sort of help you out. Alright, so we got ourselves another scout. Just 1 survivor, 15 vermin to clear, 5 scrap base to fight out. Apparently I can see a piece of scrap right away, so that's nice. Yeah, I'll note the big part is like, is like, missions basically is trying to find like, the adequate way of basically like, salvaging them. Like, where's the best like airlock to go in? Which is technically over here, so... Oh god, you are dead. Almost. Just follow me to safety. Get peace out of the way. So, we got our 1 survivor rescued. There's the alt mapper. It looks like there's always an alt mapper on the ship, which is useful, so... Let's get this, and we'll get that. So we got ourselves a bunch of robots this time around. Not great. Shoot you. Shoot you. Shoot you. Alright, that went pretty well. That's always a risk you can basically take in these like games, probably. You'll basically find a whole lot of like, vermin like this basically fight as opposed to like, the easy types that are, exploding. You're dead. You're dead. Oh, you're not dead. So these guys apparently can teleport. And why not? We have a few more guys here to fight. There's a black box. I don't think I need to heal this yet, but I'm starting to look a little bit dicey here. Alright, so we got a new co-assignment here. Alright, so now we've got a science vessel. A little bit longer, but for the most part that's fine. We got some oxygen pipes basically upgrade here a little bit. I'll note that upgrading oxygen pipes is useless because you need to explore more, so... like the first one I'll basically upgrade. Now, no, but I don't have to basically, like, kill everything. I just have to kill enough. Alright, so we got ourselves a little entrance over here. Perfect, we got ourselves 2 survivors right away. So, there's half my survivors. Alright, so we got at least 1 risen down over in this direction. Now it looks like my gun is like sort of limited in its like direction, so I can't like fire like super long range, but here goes that one. Oh, this is a spider one, right? So, yep, they do have the web. So it's basically just like this guy's from like Hellspace, which means it's probably cloaked in like hidden risens as well, possibly. So can't fire from too long at these guys. Let's get this. And I know that if I used to go this way, by the way, I'll go like make a loop and I'll just cut off the the thing like that. So always very useful if you to do stuff like that. I got half the scrap so far. Oh, so there we go. Mass Risen right here. Zombie Ninja. So they're basically zombies here. That's what they're called. There's the all mapper. There's a med kit. So if I need to heal myself, I can. I kind of forget how much health I basically have in this character. Ah, that's why I didn't hit this guy. I was wondering why, like, I couldn't see it, like, I couldn't see a hit on this guy. It's because he wasn't really there. And my HP is getting really low, but we're still doing pretty good here. Pick that up. 3 more iron space to pick up in the survivors, so we're getting there. Now, if you haven't played like Hellspace before this, then like this would be like your first introduction to like all these enemies. But since I basically played Hellspace, I have an idea what they're all about. So that's make it a little bit easier for us to play this game. I imagine though, if you didn't, it'd be a lot harder to basically play it. Alright, they're off. Nothing here to worry about. I stepped there for a reason, right? Because, boom! There's some emergency air if I need it, so now I got 2 emergency air. Basically, if I can use the enemies against them, why not, right? So I'm still missing scraps from somewhere. So where might I find some scrap that I missed? That's the question. There. Boop. Okay, so there we go. Full. Complete the assignment. Alright, so let's go to hardware store here. I can basically get like new weapons and stuff like that. I get some armor. Let's just get that automatically. Alright, a medkit might be a good idea because I already have one, so let's get some more range damage. Range capacity might be nice. I'm just a little bit short from getting that right there, but well. Now, honestly, I don't have to spend all the credits right away, but you know, obviously it's useful at the same time. Before, like, you know, the prices get too expensive. Alright, now we got ourselves a destroyer. We're getting a little bit better. Or I guess that's his name. It's a science ship. It's called Destroyer. Alright, so apparently I got like 300 HP, I believe it is, so you know, I almost feel like you should be able to, like, you know, salvage this a little bit before, like, you have to, like, you know, like, say, like, you're done, if you need to. Oh, we got ourselves cloaked and spider and everything else here. Oh, they can hit themselves. I think those guys down there are very dead because they're going to the wrong place, unfortunately. Sir popped out. Let's kill off him. Yeah, I lost one of the survivors. One killed. So, that's gonna happen just, like, because of bad luck, so there's not much I can basically do about that. Well, we're gonna lose a little bit of money for that, but you know, this is how it goes. Basically, that's like, you know, the thing with rescue missions, like, you know, your escorts are gonna possibly die. I don't really blame them for dying, they have really no chance. They're basically in, like, you know, an open area of, like, you know, everything around to basically kill him. Broken PDA. It's the mapper. I think I got everything for this room here, so oh, we're doing pretty well on scrap. That's unfortunate. Well, half of them got killed because they were next to, like, you know, vermin. So 3 got killed, but you know, I still get money for the air free. Okay, we were able to shoot this guy a little bit out of range. Nice, so when you reload you actually get both your bullets. That's really useful. Now, no, I'm basically waiting in this room for a little bit just to make sure there's like no like mass prison there that are going to pop up and say like hello. But it looks like we're good, so You're done. And a row, shot them both. So we got ourselves all the vermin killed, we got half the rescues, we got 9 scrap. Not the greatest haul, but it'll do. I don't know if I lose money from basically dying or not, but whatever. We'll complete the consignment here. I'm tempted to take a medkit into the next one just before it gets too expensive, but let's get this and that before they get too expensive. We'll pick up this. We'll pick up that. So there's a fairly good, amount of stuff basically to sort of keep me alive. Alright, so regardless of our transport is the Kraken. Nothing in here. Oh! So this guy basically makes more. I have to be very careful about rescuing people because, Oh, I didn't realize I was being attacked there. Okay, he's right there. And he's now dead. Let's get the flash grenade. There's some scrap. Some scrap. Oh, that was a good amount of, vermin cleared out. And now one of those guys to deal with. And yeah, those zombie ninjas, as you can see, they're very, very pesky because, I can't see the damn things. Eight more vermin to basically go through. Shoot you twice. Alright, this might be a really bad idea, but we're going to do one on ourselves. And yeah, I'll note that I basically killed the guy, because I just want to basically detonate him on him, right? But, I want to basically test if, friendly fire is a thing, but there's, friendly fire apparently in this game. That makes sense, because, I can do friendly fire against the enemy, so why not can I do, friendly fire against my, friends, so to speak. Unfortunate for my, compatriot there, but oh well. There's another Tesla generator. I like how the map is all the way back by the black box. It's the most useful place for it, right? Oh, this is gonna hurt. And we're gonna lose a guy. Okay, just follow me. Hopefully you won't get killed like the last one. I suppose the bigger question basically to ask here is like, when is it worth it to kill your friend as opposed to like, you know, keep him alive? I mean, honestly, if I'm gonna lose more like, you know, health, then like, you know, it's worth it, and like, you know, just kill him and basically like, you know, keep my health. Shoot them. They're all dead. Alright, we rescued who we could. And unfortunately, like, you know, I killed one myself, but oh well. We got everything else that we need to. So that was a Kraken. Kind of difficult, but oh well. Alright, let's go to the hardware store. Apparently I can get myself an axe at this point. And my gun, of course, keeps getting better as we go along here, so that's nice. I could get better armor, but let's get ourselves a med kit. Yeah, I need to get the med kit. I should probably be, like, you know, buying these like in advance, so like, you know, they don't get more expensive. So I mean, getting like the armor is also important to like reduce damage as well, so we'll get that. Let's get this and that. So now I got myself an axe. Better looking gun.